All right, this will be a quick video this morning. We just had a meeting. It is February 9th, 2023. We're going to have three meetings today. We had one already this morning, which was really quick. It was literally 5 minutes, but I have one at 9 and 10. And I'm inbound today, so there's a lot of obstacles today. But once we get past, once I get to about the lunch hour, I should be free to go. I'm going to jump on the phone right now. Again, we're going to stick with yesterday's goal. I'm going to go for the 15. That's going to be the objective. It's going to be, well, you know what? Let's move that back. Maybe go for 10 today because it's going to be a lot of interruptions today. So let's get a 10 solid payments today. That's the plan for today. I noticed yesterday, really quick, I was able to get through maybe halfway through the list. And that's when I realized yesterday that I was moving a little bit too slow. I was going email, skip tracing, phone calls, and I was moving a little bit at a slower pace than I necessarily wanted. So today we're going to try to get to the bottom, and that means, especially since there's going to be a lot of meetings, I'm going to try to move quickly. The only thing that slows me down is I do notice if there's not a recent email, I've got to send one out because it increases my chances of catching a call or getting a response. And yesterday I did notice that, or this morning when I logged in, I noticed I had some emails. Really quick, I wanted to share something with you guys to give you an idea of what I've been able to do with collections. I'm at home today, but over my course of my collection career, I've kept some of the awards. This was a Professional Collector Champion Award that I got from Western Union, and it was because I did the most Western Union quick collects at the time, and that was in 1994. In 1995, 1996, I won Collector of the Year for Sallie Mae, but they used to call it USA Group Guarantee Services then. It was all student loan collections, so I won that. These are my 20-year plaques for Performant Financial and my 10-year plaque for Performant, which was formerly DCS Incorporated. I'm no longer with these companies. I did eventually go to J&L Teamworks. I finished, looks like 5-year run there. And these are all the ribbons from hitting goal. I achieved goal so many times, and I kept all of those. This was Collector of the Year for a USA Group again, and that was in 2000. I won Collector of the Year. And then for Sallie Mae, I won Collector of the Year for 2002. And this was another Western Union award that I got in 1994. So I've had a pretty good run. You know, I've got some other letters and things like that showing the appreciation for my work, and so that kind of keeps me motivated. I keep it right over here in my office, and I look over at them, and those are some of the letters I received from Sallie Mae and USA Group for winning the Collector of the Year awards. I even have my Employee of the Year award for a roundtable down there. Not that it really matters. That was from a newsletter, and there's some Collector of the Month awards in there and things like that. But this is the kind of thing that I like to look at. It gets me motivated in the morning. But anyway, let's get at it. I got a lot of work to do and a lot of meetings, so I'll be chatting with you guys probably around lunchtime. All right, so we managed to get through the first half of the day. Not the biggest day. Obviously, I was in quite a few meetings this morning, so it didn't really amount to much for me today. But I did manage to pick up 2 payments for myself and 2 for my teammates. So we took 4. Really, only 2 are going to count towards my goal of 10. But the good news is it's only 1:35, so I've got a lot of time here to try to make it happen. I'm going to work until 5 today. So if I work, if I work quickly and smoothly, I should be okay. Now, what I was doing in the first half of the day, once I was able to get out of the meetings, is I started working out of the desk pools instead of working off my LISC. The desk pools, like I think I mentioned this before, it's a little bit easier to go through the desk pools because you can just hit get next and it gives you the next account. The problem with working through the pools is that you don't have really any control. I can't pick and choose what I want to look at. So I'm going to get out of the pools now. I'm going to jump into the list now, and we're going to see if we can get something going. I did check the results for yesterday. My delinquency rate is down to 3.83%. I'm officially in first place. Boom. Not by much, though. The person that's in second is at 4.0, so they're like right there with me. So it's really, really close. That's why today I really need to step up. I don't want to just throw away today and go, well, we just had meetings, so not much I can do. I can't have that attitude. I'm going to have to really crank it up until 5 o'clock and see if I can stretch out this lead, because the one thing about my teammates is they're all really good and they can all get really hot at any time. Excuse my voice. So I'm going to try to get out in front as quickly as I can. Phone call count for yesterday, I was at 136, which is pretty good because I think I had 108 the day before. So that's pretty good. So I have to keep that call count high. I'm going to try to get about the same amount today, even though we had meetings today. So I'm going to just keep pushing and make that happen. And we're going to keep going for that 10. So I'm going to wrap this one up and then I'll get back on the phone. We'll talk at the end of the day. And hopefully I'll be saying, I got 10. Hopefully. All right, let's make it happen. All right, that is the end of the day. Over a little after 5 o'clock now. We're all done for the day. Whew, that was a tough one. So let's talk a little bit about day-to-day challenges, because they're definitely going to happen. So today's challenge, right away, we knew we were going to have 3 meetings in the morning. So that was the first challenge, and those meetings pretty much went from 8 o'clock, and then I had one at 8:15, one at 9, and then another one at 10. So, and the first meeting, that was no big deal. That was about 5 or 6 minutes. But after that, I did take up a little bit of time. And then I hustled as soon as that last meeting was over. I started kind of working as fast as I could. And then I went to lunch at about 12:30. And then at that point, I worked straight through until 5 o'clock. So I did take a break, but I only took a few minutes, and then I got right back in it because my time was, sorry, this chair is so squeaky. But my time was super limited. Anyway, results. So let's take a look. So today we resolved a total of, looks like 10 accounts. So awesome. We did resolve 10, but only 7, was it 7? Yeah, 7. 7 went to me. That's not bad. Yesterday, I can't remember. I want to say we did like 6 yesterday and picked up 7 today. So that's 13 resolutions in the 2 days. So I'll take it. That's not bad at all. Like I said, we're sitting first place right now. So I won't know until tomorrow morning when they update the report to see how my standings are. And then I'll go ahead and vlog that. But wow, what a day. I mean, I was really, really moving. I got to the point where I stopped emailing completely. I stopped skip tracing, and I just started moving. I was next account, next account, next account, next account. And I was just going, 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 because I knew I was running short on time. And the only thing I could do at this point was try to touch as many accounts as I could. Now, earlier in the day, I was in my pool, and in my pool, there was, I think, 48 accounts in there. And I cleared those out. I went all the way through them, and I didn't get off of that because I'm like, I'm not going to abandon this until it's empty, and then I'm going to go to the list. And I think I was saying after lunch, I thought I was going to switch over to the list, but I was just moving so fast through the pools, and I started catching people. So I'm like, I'm just going to stay here. I finally tapped the pools out, and then I pulled the list up, and I started kind of going through the list. By that time, there wasn't a lot of time left in the day, but it was a very productive day. I think what I did was I saw the challenges ahead of me. I knew I was going to be interrupted. I knew there was nothing I could do about it. Plus, I had to deal with the inbound calls, and I had several calls that came in, like always, that are somewhat lengthy. And I had to kind of contend with those, and I did, and as soon as I'd hang up, I was just like, go, 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 go. And I went as quick as I could. So it wasn't a bad day. I feel pretty good about it. Tomorrow's Friday, so the week's about to end. I'm going to finish my week off here at home, enjoy my weekend with my daughter, and then back out to my parents' house on Monday. So we'll go ahead and work from there for a few days. But not a bad end of a Thursday. I feel pretty good. But just like I said, at the beginning, is like obstacles are going to happen. It's not what happens, it's what you do about it. You don't want to say, I didn't hit goal because of this. I didn't hit goal because of this. And because nobody cares about that. All you have to think about is, this is going to get in my way today. I need to pick up the pace as soon as I become available. And in collections, working in an office, there's always going to be interruptions. I do notice though, from the point that we started working remotely, I'm talking about the company I worked for previously to this one. I was working remote, and the interruptions throughout the day are further and farther apart than they would be in an office. And I don't know if it's because, frankly, everybody's there, everybody can talk to you, they can walk over to your desk and talk to you. I will say this before I close tonight, though, is I do enjoy working from home. It does afford me a lot of flexibility. I'm able to, help my dad out, and I'm able to come home and work. So that does work out pretty well for me. But I will say I do miss the interactions in the office. I do miss the friendships. And over the course of, the million years I've been doing this, I have met a lot of really, really good people. And some of my best friends, or some of my really good friends, all stem from working in this industry. And I didn't share this earlier, but I will now. When I was looking over at this cabinet, I had some of my old pictures I have. This was one of the last years well, not the last year I managed. This was one of the years I was managing, and all these people were all the supervisors that worked for me. And then over here, if we look over here, this was the last year I worked, and this was my entire staff of people that I had working for me, and I'm like right there. And this was a really big group of people. In addition to that, I actually had a second office that was in a different town for the same company, and I managed all these people too. So I did take, I had a long hiatus from collecting. I was collecting about, I'm sorry, I was managing a little over 100 people. I think it was like 110 people at my max, and it was just super stressful. It was not something that I necessarily enjoyed doing. I don't enjoy firing people, and I didn't enjoy that process at all. But I did learn so much. And one of the things that helped me in terms of being a successful collector still is that I never got too far from the phone. So even though I was managing, and I was managing at a higher and higher level, I always took calls. And someone said, "Hey, can you help me with this?" I jumped on it right away because I enjoyed it. I missed being on the phone. And then when my management career came to an end and I started all over, I was okay with that, because I knew I can collect, I can earn commission, it's fine, and it's can be done in 40 hours as opposed to like a 60-hour week, and all the stress and red tape and human resource issues and employee issues and complaints and sick leaves and hardship leaves and stress leaves. There was just so many things that I just can't even. That would be a whole different video series. So anyway, I'm much more comfortable doing this. After I managed at that level, I did get promoted a couple different times. I was supervising again, but ultimately, I always come back to it. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go back to the desk. And with the way things are now that I can work from home, it's just ideal for me because it's just what I do. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I talked a lot. You guys have a good night, and we'll hook up another vlog soon. Thanks a lot.